Now on First at 4, winter weather is striking the Tri-Cities. We'll have live team coverage telling you everything you need to know about the current conditions. And as the snow falls across the region, roadways are a major concern, which interstates and highways are feeling the impact of the weather.
You're watching News Channel 11 First at 4, the team you can trust.
Well, we've been talking about snow all week, and it's finally here. Thanks for joining us on this cold Friday. I'm Ansley Daniel. Here's a live look at Johnson City there on your left, and Bristol, Virginia in the middle, and then Boone, North Carolina there on your right. Snow's been falling most of the day in some parts of the region, and it's also made its way across the entire Volunteer state. Clarksville, Murfreesboro, Memphis, and Benton, well, they've all seen some significant snow. And if you were planning on flying out of the Tri-Cities, you're probably dealing with a schedule change right now. The only on-time departures today are to Atlanta and to Knoxville. The only on-time arrival is from Roanoke, Virginia. We've got team coverage this afternoon from Kingsport to Johnson City and to Bristol. Our crews are all across the region with the information you need to know. But before we get to them, Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds is braving the freezing temperatures outside on our weather deck. Now, Mark, this is just the beginning.
You know, Ansley, we're still watching the snow coming down. As we told you yesterday, the past couple of days, I talked about this warm air intrusion. We certainly have seen that. That's why the snow totals have been cut down a little bit already today. We're all still fighting snow. I've talked about this all week long, how all of us will find that accumulating snow. We're seeing that now, and it will continue through the evening hour. The best chance for moderate snow from now till about 10 o'clock. We'll see snow taper down overnight and still some light snow through tomorrow. Outside, General Shelbrick Weather Deck's where we're at right now. Cloudy skies, our parking lot covered, the windshield's covered with light snow, and I'd say right now maybe a quarter to a half inch here in our parking lot. There's a look from Buffalo Mountain. You see the clouds and snow showers, and I want to show you some of the camera views because Gatlinburg, we've got snow coming down there. There's Beech Mountain snowing there. Boy, it is rough on top of Beech. We're watching some of the cars just stop there, and look at Mountain City. You're seeing some of the snow accumulating now on the grassy surfaces. So we've got that snow. Elizabethton deteriorating here in terms of roadways. You got to keep in mind, cannot rule out some sleet and freezing rain at times mixing with the snow. We've seen some of that already today, and now the warmer air kind of moving off to our east next few hours, and that's why everybody will see snow. There's Southwest Virginia Community College. Snowing at the airport now, the wind chill at 21. Winds picking up, by the way. Overnight lows, we're seeing the temperatures now into 20s. There's our radar. Still watching the rain. Look back to our west, so a little bit of green showing up here. That's that warm air. We've talked about that for the past several days. We get that warm air. Some of this may transfer to sleet and freezing rain, then back to snow. Much more on the snow totals coming up in a few more minutes. Ansley.
Mark, thanks. And as you can see, snow is already covering the racetrack at Bristol Motor Speedway, and we're taking you all across the region to show you what the conditions are like right now. We'll start in Johnson City. That's where News Channel 11's Casey Marler is. Now, Casey, you've been out for a few hours now. How have the conditions changed over time?
Ansley, we are just off Interstate 26, the Boones Creek exit. You can see Interstate 26 behind me. Tail lights headed west towards Kingsport. The headlights headed east on I-26 into Johnson City. We've seen several salt trucks actively spreading salt and brine on Interstate 26, a state patrol cruiser. So plenty of presence out here on Interstate 26. I can tell you that the snow is beginning to come down heavier than it has been earlier this afternoon. We've been out on the road since just after 2 o'clock. And the cars, though, on Interstate 26 don't seem to be slowing down yet, and that's what we're keeping our eye on. You can see the semi-trucks a bit gingerly coming down towards exit 17 in Boones Creek. But for right now, traffic moving at a regular pace. And certainly not snow covered on the interstates just yet. We're going to check some side roads. We'll check back from the state of Franklin, Market Street, the other side of Johnson City on Interstate 26, give you an idea of just what it's like as we head towards the afternoon commute. Reporting live here in Washington County, Casey Marler. Let's check in with Jayana Scurry, who's also live for us tonight.
Yes, Casey, I'm standing here on State Street down on the Bristol, Virginia side, and the snow has been falling pretty steadily here over the last 30 minutes. Now, earlier I talked to Michelle Earl with the Virginia Department of Transportation, and she tells me that all of the state routes in Washington County, Virginia are completely snow covered, so they have their road crews out there salting down those roads right there. And earlier I was up above Interstate 81, right off of exit 7, and right there it wasn't completely snow covered yet. Michelle Earl tells me that with the interstate there's only snow patches on that part right there, and so they're still trying to get all of their road crews out to salt the roads. And she also tells me with the city of Bristol, Virginia and town of Abingdon that those are actually handled by their towns and their city municipalities. And we'll get another update from VDOT later on to keep you updated on those snow conditions. Live in Bristol, Virginia, Jayana Scurry, back to you all.
Jayana, thanks. And again, road conditions, well, they're on top of mind tonight with the snow pouring down across the region. Here's a live look right now at Interstate 81 in Sullivan County. We've got that live look coming for you in just a moment. But if you are planning on hitting the roads tonight, you need to be extra careful. There is that live look over Colonial Heights. Now, we'll go ahead and send things out to meteorologist Jared Sellers, who is tracking the road conditions for us. Hey, Jared.
Yes, Ainsley, I'm here on Interstate 81, exit 3 in Southwest Virginia, right here heading towards Bristol, currently in Bristol, Virginia, actually, and making our way to the Tennessee side. And then, well, you can see some of the snow starting to pack up on the side of the interstate at this point. I will say along I-81 heading towards Abingdon and Marion was at least a lot worse than what you're currently seeing at this point. There's actually a little bit of slush on the interstate, and especially on the exits as you're getting off the exits. Obviously got multiple salt trucks, multiple tractors out, multiple state troopers as well. So they're definitely getting prepared. And like I said, definitely a little more worse out towards the Abingdon, Marion area, but still, you can still see the snow coming down here and just on the state border of Tennessee and Virginia as it continues to come down. I will say earlier this afternoon, it wasn't like this. It was a little more of a, I'd say, light snow at this point, and now we're starting to see a little bit of more of a moderate snow out across most of at least Bristol, Virginia, and into Bristol, Tennessee. And we're heading our way to I-26 at this point. I've seen a couple reports of at least an inch in places of Johnson City, and also reports of at least an inch all the way up towards Abingdon and in towards Marion as well. So I-81 places, especially towards Abingdon and Wise, definitely a little more slushier where we currently are. The roads are wet, but not really any slush here. And just either way, just be careful if you're out and about this afternoon or this evening, and definitely some icy road conditions, especially here within the next couple of hours after the sun starts to set. I'd expect at least some heavier snow bands to come in, and also potentially at least some accumulation on the interstate as well. Reporting live on Interstate 81, News Channel 11, meteorologist Jared Sellers, News Channel 11.
Jared, thanks. Now we'll head over to Greenville, which is also seeing some snowfall today. That's where we find News Channel 11's Maddie Cottaspotty. She's been there all day and explains what she's seeing.
The snow is beginning to pile up here in downtown Greenville as the winter storm continues throughout the region. Both roads and sidewalks have become covered in snow, and some are no longer visible. Road conditions both in the town and the county are becoming slick as the snow sticks on roadways. According to Greene County Sheriff Wesley Holt, the department was working around 10 wrecks across the county earlier this afternoon. He added that more calls were continuing to come in. Greene County EMA Director Heather Snipe told me that 2 wrecks required the rescue squad to be dispatched. Greenville Police Department implemented their inclement weather plan, stating that their officers would not respond to any crashes unless they involved injuries or were on the roadway and required towing. Sheriff Holt says at this time drivers are encouraged to stay off of the roads. Road crews will continue to salt and clear the roadways throughout the evening. In Greenville, Maddie Cottaspotty, News Channel 11.
Maddie, thanks for the update there. Now, Unicoi County Superintendent of Schools John English is among several school leaders facing an extra wrinkle this year as they weigh whether to call for snow when the winter still barely begun and some time already lost because of Hurricane Helene.
Because we've already missed 3 weeks, you know, that's tough. And again, but like I've told people, that can't really weigh into the decision of if it's unsafe, it's unsafe.
The state has waived the 15 days that were missed after Helene caused flooding, meaning that students will just go 165 days this year. Today's snow cancellation, though, leaves just 5 available snow days. But there's a week of cold temperatures following whatever tonight's storm brings.
The unpredictability of this time of year is hard, but if we get a big snow today, like they're calling for, and then we get one midweek, yeah, we could be looking at another week out.
English said that school leaders are already discussing what makeup time could look like, whether it be virtual days, extended school days, or extending the school year past May 22nd. He said that every option has significant drawbacks. We will have real-time updates on the winter weather all night long on our website. Of course, that's WJHL.com. When we return, we'll continue our winter weather coverage and we'll keep a check on the road conditions, plus a look at some memorable snowfalls from years past. That's after the break.
And snow will continue. Could see some accumulation, especially the best chance from now till 10 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, light snow through tomorrow. That's Storm Team forecast coming up.